Hey everyone, this is Jessica Alstrom from Jessica Alstrom Quantum Life, bringing you an energy update with the Pisces full moon. So again, my name is Jessica Alstrom and I am a spiritual teacher and I own Transcendence Wellness Centers, and I also run Quantum Life, which is an online global coaching forum. And today I am bringing you the energetic message of the full moon in Pisces and what that means for everyone. First and foremost, the tensions are at a heightened and emotional, like watery place right now, which is what Pisces energy is all about. So what I said the last time, which was perfect and channeled, today may be a little bit messy, but I'm going to go with it. So first and foremost, let's look at Earth as virtual reality. Virtual reality is that you are the creator of your reality, and you're using frequency and vibration to dictate how aware and how much of a creator you are. If you're in a high frequency, you're creating through observation, awareness, belief systems, focus, intention, and choice. If you're unaware, you are creating through default of observation and lack of choice, which means that you're either applying your virtual reality game to a high frequency or a low frequency. And as the time and space is changing big time right now, you know, light workers, we are literally, it's like it's end of dress rehearsal. It's time for us to level up. It's time for us to show up. It's time for us to start healing, teaching, being the messenger, being the prophet, being everything that you've ever wanted to be. Is the time and space is now. You know, right now is you're starting to understand through your grand awakening why you were that weird kid and why you didn't see the world the way that the other people did, and why people couldn't love you the way you loved them, and why this planet has been mistreated, and you're starting to understand that. And now it's time for us to show up and do something about it. And as we're doing something about it, we've got to be super courageous. We've got to lighten up. We've got to understand the spiritual journey from more of a video game perspective. And if we can understand that everything is literally nothing more than virtual reality, we can look at this very differently and stop getting so emotionally charged. Like I said in the first video, law of attraction is responding to charge, okay? Law of attraction is responding to positive or negative frequency. Law of attraction does not respond to neutrality, right? So when you take a positive and a negative, put it together, it creates neutrality. So things in your life that feel like they're going like this is because law of attraction is doing its job perfectly. It is responding to the charges that you are creating and generating through your energetic field, through observation of frequency and vibration. So when you're in a high frequency, you are the dominant creator. When you're in a low frequency, you feel like the world is being created for you, okay? That's the illusion. And this is nothing more than an illusion. And when you understand that your job as a light worker is to learn the cheat codes and to learn to manipulate energy and to learn to create your game, then you don't feel so victimized and pressured. And why I do these energy updates is because everything is basically in group agreement, which means even astrology, numerology, everything is agreed upon belief systems for us to navigate our way through this game. And so this particular energy that we're moving into, the Pisces full moon, first and foremost, full moons are always about that birth-death experience. It's about purging, it's about letting go, it's about closure, it's about endings. It's also on the coattails of new beginnings, because you cannot have an ending without a beginning. And what I was saying in the first video is that Pisces is all about the emotional energy of what we're going through. You know, we go through closure in our conscious awareness and it feels great, but the body goes through a mourning cycle, okay? It's because your body is matter. Your body is the human version of you. It's the mortal portion of you. Your conscious awareness, your higher self, is the soul that has no time and space, doesn't understand emotions, it doesn't understand these things. It's just about progress, it's about evolution, it's about experience, it's about basically becoming itself in a physical body, and the physical body is mourning every step of the way through that process of your becoming. So as you leave a relationship or leave a job or leave an idea or leave a hobby, there is always going to be the residue of the body having to experience that death cycle through your expansion. So as your body is experiencing that death cycle, it's going to feel very natural for you to mourn even things that you're happy to lose, okay? Because again, you have to remember that in duality, you are both that primal energy and God, all incarnated in one form. And as you begin to push away from the old into the new, it doesn't mean that your body's not going to have these physical sensations of letting go and having to mourn that process of that relationship or things like that that you are experiencing. And this is the number one mistake that we make, is that we believe that our intuition is not working because we were so excited to expand, and as we took the leap, all of a sudden we're feeling like sad about leaving the space that we left, or the people behind that we left, or the relationship that we left, or the diet that we just gave up. I mean, your body can literally process a mourning experience by you stop eating processed foods, because again, it was something that the body had that made it feel a certain emotional way. And when you give and take something away from the body, it goes through a mourning cycle. And so people come to me and say, I was so happy to leave this job. I was so happy to leave this relationship. I couldn't wait to do it. And the second I got out of it, I was so sad because I kept going into the memories and the thoughts. And I said, this is all your biological chem suit that has to go through the life-death experience every time you go through a metamorphosis. So the Pisces energy is going to amplify these sensations because we've got the full moons, we've got endings, we've got closure. You're finally saying goodbye. You're finally moving forward. You're finally moving into your new coordinates. You're finally understanding that you are a light worker, and you're having to let go of false securities, of anything that is a false security. And what I've been teaching a lot about in TICA, which is Transcendence International Consciousness Academy, is that any false security that makes you feel safe that comes from outside of you, you will notice that higher self is taking away from you right now. So if money has been the thing that you've used to feel safe, you're noticing that your bank account is draining, or that you're having to spend extra money, because what you're realizing is that your security comes from your value. Your value is what is your security on this planet, because you are that virtual creator of your reality, not the money that takes care of you, not the money that pays your bills. Okay, so if you're losing the money because the money feels or always has been false security for you, higher self will say no, because she's going to realize, or he's going to realize, that he is the security that he seeks. You're going to realize that you're going to lose anything that has to do with your safety that comes from outside of you. Cars, houses, money, friends, relationships, family members. Anything that you've used as a security blanket outside of you is no longer going to make you feel safe in this time and space. And that's going to be freaking your body out. Your body is going to want to dive into those old security blankets. And really what your job is to do is channel the things that are coming through you that can aid you in your own personal value of expression of who and what you are. Which means that if you are the home that you seek, which means it's not the home that makes you feel safe, it's the feeling of home that you have with yourself. That is your new security blanket. And how can you express and channel that? So what I was saying in the other video is that right now I'm urging light workers to dive into the arts, the crafts, the healing arts, sciences, music, anything that they can channel their value through. Whatever you can channel your value through, you will be able to see your value on the outside of you, and it will give you that sensation of security that the money was giving you, that the house was giving you, that abusive relationship was giving you. And this is going to be real safety. Channeling your safety, which is your value. 5D abundance is all about feeling safe and feeling valuable. When you have those two frequencies, you're able to create your reality and be physically abundant. You see how I said physically? First, you have to become emotionally abundant, which means, okay, well, I don't have money, but I have the gift of my time. I have endless hugs. I know how to plant food. I know how to take care of animals. I know how to take care of children. I know how to heal people. I know how to be with people while they're going through their darkest moments. This is where your abundance lies. And if you can channel it into something that will produce a real viable result, then you will believe in your own humanity of what you have to offer. Because us as light workers, we're like, well, yeah, we love the world, but that's not paying my bills. Well, what I teach is that you turn your pain and your purpose into a paycheck, because you are here to be paid to be yourself. And I don't mean that that means, you know, you're here to earn a bunch of money. You're here to be comfortable, safe, abundant, and free. So the Pisces energy is going to bring up all of that old mourning within you, and that's why I wanted to do this energy update before Second Sunday next month or next week, because this week is going to be kind of that that week where you're going to be confused by your own intuition, because you're so ready to go forward, but you're going to be feeling all of this stuff from the past coming up. You know, you're going to go into the idea of creating something new, and at the same moment you're going to be pulled into the sensation of having to lose the old, and it's going to push and pull on you. And this is the time where you want to acknowledge that your intuition is going into the right direction, although your body has to go through its physical mourning experience. And so your job is to be super courageous for the future and really nurturing to your body as it goes through that space. Allow yourself to cry. Put that music on. Channel your breakup in poetry. Do something where you're channeling that energy instead of allowing it to go into distorted conditions, because Pisces can go very distorted, which means it can go into conflict if it's not channeled properly. If a bunch of grief comes up within you and you don't know what to do with it or how to channel it, a lot of times it'll turn it into conflict. You'll take someone's words out of context, and all of a sudden it will start an argument, which can happen in this Pisces energy. So what we want to do is we want to be aware. See, we have all these tools playing this virtual reality, and this spiritual journey has nothing to do with it. It is about your quantum awareness. Like, what are you aware? How is your behavior? And your behavior will show you what's hiding in your subconscious, which means your programming that's in your subconscious mind will demonstrate itself through your own behavior. And that's how you can know where your wound patterns are, where your belief systems are, and where you're actually vibrating. Okay, so this is important for you to understand that. So where are you vibrating is your point of attraction. And when you're attracting both good and bad, you're also seeing that you are holding those positive and negative charges. And so what our job is to put more emphasis in the positive charge, neutralize the negative charges, self-nurture the body as it's going through its constant metamorphosis. You know, you're becoming a butterfly from caterpillar in different layers every stage. And so it's not just like a one-time wake up and then you're enlightened. Enlightenment means to lighten up. So you've got to lighten up all of these dense places within you. All of this old pain that's going to be rising to the surface. You can't raise your frequency without bringing all the roots of all the darkness to the surface. And that's why you can have this really high moment, and then all of a sudden you realize that what you did was you pulled up all these roots, and that's what you've got to look at now. And you're going to use this new place of awareness and understanding of the universe, the virtual reality game, and frequency and vibration to now heal this density, these roots that have been pulled up that you've been suppressing and basically disassociating from a long time. So the energy update for the month is to walk directly into the purpose of your joy, and do not doubt the physical sensations that come with the letting go. As you walk into the light, you are going to be called from the dark, and it's okay. You're just going through that human experience. You are here to be human just as much as you are here to be this enlightened being. So thank you guys for joining me. This will be on YouTube. This is filmed live for my Quantum Life group. And if you guys like this message, or if anything resonates with you, please share it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us see, who's following us and what kind of information you guys would like to learn about. Amber and I, who is my chief editor, we're actually getting ready to do a series of kind of spiritual videos that are spoofs about dating and money and accessing your spiritual guidance and the process of how actually hilarious it all can be, because at the end of the day, if you cannot laugh through this process, the spiritual journey is not supposed to be painful. It's supposed to be understood, and as soon as you understand it, then you can start manipulating and controlling the frequency and the vibration, because you'll never be able to control the symbols, the carrots, and the manifestations, but you will always be able to be in control of your frequency and vibration. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you at this weekend's second Sunday.